today with our first show, live from Silver Spring. Truth, nothing but the truth. Boy, am I looking good. Okay, let's go. This has been a couple of months, but the most convincing thing that came out of these few couple of weeks is the pick Saturday that Romney made. Paul Ryan, come on, really? That's a Christmas present. That's an early Christmas present, buddy. I tell you, folks, I don't get it. I don't get that pick. It shores up your base, but it doesn't help you in the general election. You know, his Social Security. He wants to gut Social Security. He wants to gut Medicaid and turn them both into voucher programs. He's for the wealthy. He wants the Bush tax cuts. I mean, he wants to cut even more. He wants to slash a lot of programs that are going to help the middle class and help the poor people. Just totally get government out the way and let private companies who are going to profit big time, who actually are giving money to him through lobbyists, which are called PACs. And they give out, money to these, on both sides of the aisle. It happens. Some are for good and some are for bad. Morally, I think it's the Republicans. I mean, we can clearly see who is running this country into the ground. I mean, 8-10 years of their policies and what they're doing. Obama can't change everything in 2 seconds. It's just not going to happen. Bush was given 8 years to mess this country up, and Obama is going to take more than 8 to fix this. I mean, the two wars are the drivers of what's going on with this economy. Nobody really wants to say it. We don't have jobs. You got these companies that are sitting on, billions and trillions of dollars in a combined account, but they don't want to hire. But they're making record profits. I'm trying to figure that out here. Business 101. If you're making record profits, that's called supply and demand. If I'm correct here, supply and demand. And once you have a chain that is supplying something and it's being demanded, then you hire more people to compensate for that demand, so you can get the product out to the customers as quick as possible and keep them coming back. I don't really like what's going on because they've never let Obama do anything. Their main focus and main job was, and this is all documented, their main focus and main job was to make sure he's a one-term president, period, and to block everything that he wants to do. How can you win like that? That's not a winning strategy for anybody. Let's say if the Heat blocked everything that LeBron was trying to do, how's LeBron going to win a championship? I mean, let's just use that analogy. Maybe that'll help some of you people that really don't understand what's going on in this political climate. I mean, you've got even some of the old head Republicans saying these guys don't want to compromise for nothing. It's either their way or no way. That's not how you run a country. That's not how, as a country, you move forward. I don't care what you say. I've only seen 2 or 3 presidents in my time that even come close to what Obama is trying to do and what he has done as far as trying to bring everybody together. Not just one race, not just one set of person who has the finances to go out here and pay a campaign president, a potential president, to bankroll his whole campaign. Now, it's not to say that Obama didn't have people giving him money, but 60, 70, maybe 80 something percent of his is grassroots, and the rest was here from some billionaires and millionaires, probably. Yeah, but the majority of Romney's stuff is coming from billionaires. These guys who own these corporations, because they want to continue to get those tax breaks. Come on, people. It's all up here. It's called common sense. Common sense. Use it. Don't vote because you don't like the black guy. Don't vote. Even if the guy was white, you don't like him. Hey, this guy is the best guy out here to help us get back to where we need to get back to. Who's going to do that on the right? Romney's not going to do that on the right. Come on. He's adopted the Ryan tax plan, the Ryan budget plan. And Ryan is a part of the Do Nothing Congress. Do nothing. That was not their job to do nothing. And when I say nothing, let me clarify it for you. When I say nothing, I mean nothing that they ran on when they decided that they wanted Congress. They decided that they were going to run on jobs, and they were going to create jobs. And it's their job to do that, not the president. The president signs it into law. The president makes suggestions, but he doesn't draft a bill. He can draft a bill if he wants, but he doesn't write the bill. It's Congress's job to draft it, write it, present it to him. First present it to the House, vote on it, then send it to him, and then he looks over it and he decides whether he signs it into law. People learn how the executive branches of the government work instead of going and listening to Fox News. Now, I watch MSNBC. Some of the times, they don't go far enough. Well, that's where I come in. Me. I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the truth, nothing but the truth. These businesses are just killing us. They're taking everything and they don't care who gets hurt by it. Because they're the ones who are giving to Romney's campaign. They're the majority who gives to the Republican Party. And the Republican Party is the ones that are running us into the ground. How can you believe a party that gets you into two wars? Two wars. I don't care that the Dems voted, because they were convinced. They didn't come up with the idea. The Bush Republican Party came up with the idea. And they ran with it. Two wars. Those two wars are the drivers of this economy. Because we're still paying for them. We're still paying for that stuff. The payment hasn't stopped. Is any of that in what's going on? No. Is any of that in any of the numbers? No. But everybody's got an opinion, but the right opinion. Everybody has a freaking opinion out here, and that's what kills me. This is common sense here. This is the truth, nothing but the truth. Common sense. That's what'll win the day over. But to me, that's a hint of racism, saying, okay, well, the black man's in there, so evidently we know he ain't doing nothing right. And I don't like the race card is something. Hey, racism is alive and well. So let's switch up the subject real fast. Talk about racism and how this country has slipped back in. I mean, racism's never died. When are we going to really sit down and have a conversation, a serious conversation about race in this world? Because what the Republicans have done is they have put the issue into the front of everything else. I've never in my life, and I haven't been watching politics that long. I haven't been really engaged that long. I've been engaged ever since Obama and a little bit before that, few years or so before that. But what presidents do you know? And they're all white guys now, mind you, that have had to show their birth certificate. And that it's been made a big issue of. But you got the white guy who's running for president now who won't show his tax returns. Tax returns, birth certificate. Come on. Really? That guy doesn't want to show his stuff because we know first of all, he's a billionaire and he's never paid any taxes for who knows how many years. That's the whole reason why. Otherwise, you'd show it. Obama showed his birth certificate. And I think that was racist. Now they call him the food stamp president. There are more white people on food stamps than there are black people. And that's just a code word for saying Black people are lazy. Black people don't want to do nothing. They want handouts. That's what they saying. They want handouts. They want to lay around and collect a check. Come on, really? I can name a lot of people in a lot of different races that want to lay around and get a check. Who wouldn't? Mitt Romney does. He lays around. The difference is he's a billionaire, so he can lay around. Whatever he's got, he can collect interest on his money. He's got money overseas. His money over there making more money, and he ain't getting taxed nothing. But yet he want to run for president. Now see, Obama couldn't get away with that because the Republicans would be crying foul. But like I said, there's two standards in this world. There's the white man standard, and there's the black man standard. We can't do what they do. We have to walk a straight line. We got to dot our T's, dot our I's. When is the time going to come where we're going to be equal? We're not equal. I don't think we're ever going to get to being equal. But we still need to have the conversation. The conversation still needs to be had. You know. And this election is going to be one of the worst if Obama loses. Because a lot of us black people are going to feel that we were wronged, that we were duped, that there was just a lot of smoke and mirrors. Yeah, any fool knows that a lot of white people, and a lot of them are good white folks, that are with black people, that are respectable, voted for him. But then you got those that just voted because they wanted to change, and then you got some that just ain't going to vote for him because they don't like black people. And that's what kills me about some people that I talk to on Facebook and some people that I talk to. When you throw out that race stuff, they say, oh, don't throw the race card. Well, black man's not supposed to talk about that. Why? Why can't we? We live it every day. You don't. Your race is entitled. And the only reason why you don't have nothing is because you didn't do what the other ones did to get it. So then they're going to lump you in with us. But you're not going to lump yourself. You're going to put yourself with them. They don't care about you because you're not rich. But yeah, you don't want us to talk about racism. We're not supposed to mention that word. We're not supposed to mention that, oh, whenever we mention it, then it's like, afraid of the big bad white man. Please, I know a lot of white people that I love more than I do some black people. There's some black people I love more than I do some white people. So, and what? That don't have nothing to do with it. What has to do with it is fair is fair. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And when are we going to come to the grips and terms in this nation about that? Right is right, wrong is wrong. It seems like now that lies, racism, and whatever goes, and the truth gets lost. It's just lost. The truth don't matter no more. Let's see how many lies I can tell today. Let's see how much racism I can spew today. Let's see how much hatred I can spew to get this guy out of office. Because it's easy. He's a black man. He's the first black president. And for years, black has been known as bad. We've been known as monkeys. We've been known as tar babies, not educated, not smart, not be able to do anything. We can't be quarterback. Nothing. We can't do nothing with importance to it. But we can run the football. We can cut your grass. We can do this. We can do that. Those are things. Those are true, factual things. And that's how some white folk think. Not all of them, but some. And to me, if you agree with any of the policies or any of the things that the Republicans are saying, that is as closest to racist as you can get. Because I would not associate with the Democrats if they were doing that. But you got people that want to throw things back in your face because they don't want to. Oh, well, what about I had this guy today tell me on Facebook. Oh, what about the KKK in the Democratic Party? Really? Come on, really? Is that what this nation has come down to? Not wanting to accept the truth. The truth doesn't matter anymore. It's terrible, really is. Well, let's switch gears again. We'll get back to that. I'm going to be airing, I'm going to at least try to air 3 times a week. Talking about issues and stuff. Let's talk about the shooting in the movie theater. This guy's crying foul. I mean, I misstated what I said. That's what happens when you do loud things. He's trying to say he's crazy. If I was a judge, that's not going to fly with me, or the prosecutor's not going to fly. But you went to one of the top schools. You could be a scientist. I do believe that's what you could be, a scientist. So you mean to tell me now all of a sudden you just snapped, you're crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're acting like you're crazy. And what I think, I'm gonna scrap everybody else that got shot. I'm gonna focus on one person and one person only. It's a 6-year-old girl, 6-year-old little white girl who's young, innocent, and didn't get a chance to see life. Didn't get a chance. Not a chance. And I have kids. Not a chance to experience life. She went to a movie theater, and that was the last thing she saw. Take his life. Period. Take it. Do away with him. That is the most heinous. I don't understand it. I don't. Just like with this other guy who went to the church, and they say he was in a white supremacist group. These things have to stop. There has to be more gun control. Something has to be done, because it could happen. It could happen to me. It could happen to you. It could happen to anybody. Your kids, mine. Because we just don't know. We really don't. And it's sad. But that's the way it is. That's why you've got to be mindful of your surroundings and know what's going on around you at all times. Because you just don't know what's going to happen next. What's going to be in the headline news tomorrow. It's just shameful. And if he gets away with it and they don't put him to death, there's something wrong with the system. Because yes, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the race card, because if it was a black man, he'd be under the jail by now. He'd probably be dead. They'd string him up and hang him in a tree. Yes, I said it. Because look at Michael Vick with the dog thing. Yeah, I'm going to go there. He got 2 years for a dog. 2 years. Yeah, it was his fault. Yeah, he's an idiot for doing it. And he's an idiot for associating with his family members and friends for letting them do that crap. When you know you're a high profile athlete. But can somebody tell me, what if it was Peyton Manning? What if it was Tom Brady? Would they have got that same sentence? See, we don't know that. And in my mind, I don't think they would have. I don't think it would have even went that far. But see, those police went over there, and it was about drugs. And they stumbled on that because of those idiots that he hangs around with. But like I said, we're not supposed to use the race card. But it does exist, because it's 2 different laws. I mean, if you look at the crack laws, there's a powder law and there's a crack cocaine law. Who sells crack? Who does crack more? Black people. Well, I don't know about does it more, but who sells it? Who's profiting from it more? Blacks. Okay. Who snorts cocaine? White people. So, I mean, come on. And that's well documented as well. But I'll have some people who will turn around to what they want it to be and say, oh man, I'm tired of hearing the race card. Well, if you're tired of it, do something to stop it. Do something to help. If you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. And not talking about it and not addressing the problem does not make it go away. You can put a Band-Aid on it, you can put Neosporin on it and hope it heals, but this has not healed. And the Republican Party has showed us that for years, for decades. And they've showed it even more since Obama's been in office with the code words. Okay? It's not a lie, it's not a fake. I don't care if you want to believe it or not, it's the truth. Period. I'd like to thank my audience, and I'll be airing again. This is Nothing But the Truth Network. Check me out on YouTube and Facebook. Y'all have a good day.